Good afternoon to all. I warmly welcome everyone to the 132nd Bridges book review. So we have completed more than 11 years of doing Bridges book reviews. For the past 3 months, we were able to go back to the offline mode, but again, because of the increase in the COVID cases, we are back to the online mode. But that doesn't take away the beauty of the 132nd book review. 132 is not a very normal number. It's a very special number. In 132 AD, the Han Empire was instituted in China. 132 is the emergency number in more than 7 countries, including Chile and Argentina. And 132 is again a very special number. Look at it like this. 132 has three digits, 1, 3, and 2. So if you make two-digit numbers with the numbers of 132, like 11, sorry, 13, 12, 20, 23, 21, like that, if you add up all these numbers, the sum of these numbers would be actually 132. So that makes 132 a very special number. And 132 was also the name of the Royal Bengal Brigade during the British times. So that makes 132 not a normal number. It's also a special number like any other number. So coming back to our Bridges book review, today we have Ms. Faiza Fathima from the Department of Occupational Therapy, and she's going to review this book called Ikigai, a book written by Mr. Miralles and Hector Gracia. It's a bestseller book. Even I have personally gifted this book to many people in the past. It's a very special book. So welcome you all to the 132nd Bridges book review. So before we start the book review, I would like to um, play a video promo about the book that we are going to review today. So it's a small video promo which is going to show us a recap of the past book reviews that have happened under the Bridges banner, and also the little bit of a preview to what we can expect from the current book review. now we have a video about the reviewer of the day so that we can know her better. So let's watch a video about the reviewer.
Miss Faiza Fatima H. Miss Faiza Fatima H., a first-year student of Bachelor of Occupational Therapy, was born in Chennai. Family. Miss Faiza's family consists of a father, Mr. Hanifa, and her mother, Mrs. Jamsun Hanifa. She also has a sister, Miss A.R. Suhaina Hanifa, who is an architect, and a 2-year-old niece named Miss Afia. Childhood. As a child, Miss Faiza loved to participate in oratorical competitions where she always made sure to bag the first prize. She also showed keen interest in fancy dress competitions in which she never failed to top the mark every single time. Alma mater. Miss Faiza received her education at Crescent Matriculation Higher Secondary School for Girls, Nungambakam. She considers Mrs. Jabin, her science teacher in grade 6, as her enlightening support and her favorite teacher. Hobbies and interests. Miss Faiza is a huge admirer of the rap artist Eminem since his songs never fail to influence at her lowest. She is also an avid fan of Marvel and is especially fascinated by the character Loki. Furthermore, she was a key player in her high school basketball team. Favorite places. Miss Faiza likes to visit her grandmother's house in Ambattur. She also enjoys taking Forest Hill drives in Munnar. Her other go-to places are Malaysia and Singapore. Future plans. Ms. Faiza plans to pursue a master's degree in occupational therapy. As for the rest, she has decided to live in the moment and to never stop exploring various aspects to benefit both her family and society. Life at SRIHER. Ms. Faiza deeply acknowledges her HOD, Dr. P. Raghuraman, who has constantly supported her. Her journey at SRIHER continues to be nurturing, and she looks forward to explore further opportunities and make more friends as the days go by. The Bridges team wishes Ms. Faiza Hanifa a very successful and bright future. We warmly welcome her here to review the bestseller book, Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life.
The stage is all yours, Faiza. We are looking forward to hear from you. I'll stop the screen sharing. You can share your PowerPoint.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. And I'm here to present the book review of the book Ikigai, The Japanese Secret to a Long and Happy Life. About the book. So the book came into existence on a rainy night in the city of Tokyo, where the authors sat together and exchanged their insight about the book. And later, after a year, the authors visited the town of Ogimi in the islands of Okinawa, Japan, where they studied and interviewed a lot of centenarians. Centenarians are the people who live for more than 100 years. So Okinawa was the home for a lot of centenarians. About the author. Hector Garcia was one of the authors, and he was born in Spain. He was a citizen of Japan, by the way, because he lived there for over a decade. He has authored many books on the Japanese culture and has also authored many bestsellers like Ikigai. About Francis Meirelles. He is a writer, a translator, and a musician as well. So he co-authored this book and has also authored many other books on the genre of self-help. So why I chose this book? The essence of the book is to deliver the keys and secrets of Japan's longest living people. So the interesting thing about Japan's longest living people are that they are not sick and tired of their long life. They are rather, they enjoy their life and they like they have this sense of enthusiasm every time they look back, and they are always fascinated to exist that long. And I'm not kidding, even if you give them an opportunity to live for another 100 years, they would take it and live the life with the same exact enthusiasm. So it fascinated me, and I wanted to know how they transform their life into such a beautiful ode to longevity. And to find that out, let's dive right into the presentation. So what is Ikigai? The mysterious word indeed. So it directly translates into the happiness of staying busy always. So it is the purpose of your life. Your Ikigai is the purpose of your life. Okay, so according to Okinawan's, they say it's the reason why you jump your bed in the morning as soon as you get up. So it is the purpose of your life. This is a diagrammatic representation of the concept of Ikigai. So let me give you a small example over here. Let's say you love making music, okay? So, and you're rather good at the skill. You are good at making music, and music gives positivity, right? And that's what the world needs, on the other hand. And obviously, if you're good at making music, you'll get paid for it. So with all these components, if you have all the requisite components for a proper formation of your Ikigai, you can succeed in life. So this is the concept. You see, you do what you love, you're doing what the world needs, and you're doing something you can get paid for, and you're also doing something you're good at. In the bottom line, that is your Ikigai. Now, this new concept, okay, what is logotherapy? What does logotherapy do? Simple, it just helps you to find reasons to live. Okay, most of us have this existential crisis, like we feel empty inside, right? We feel a void that has to be filled. You know there's something wrong, and you know you want something, but you don't know exactly what you want. And that is where logotherapy comes in action. So it comes and helps you to find your Ikigai, which is actually the cure for your existential void. So logotherapy sees this existential crisis as a spiritual anguish over a frustration. It's not frustration, but it's more like a confusion, an internal confusion, because you're confused. You don't know what to do, but you know that you need something. And the search is starting over there. And logotherapy helps you search for your Ikigai. It helps you to dig deep and dive inside yourself to discover the gem of Ikigai. So logotherapy and Ikigai. So Ikigai is the what. What is the purpose of your life? It's Ikigai. And logotherapy is the how. You should ask yourself a question. How? How am I going to find the purpose of my life? Answer is you find it through logotherapy. So it just helps us find our Ikigai, which happens to be the fuel of our existence. Moving on to the next concept of flow. Okay, so this is my favorite concept from the book. Find flow in everything you do. So what is the state of flow? What do you understand? So we achieve flow. We enter into the dimension of flow when we are completely immersed into the task, when we are completely doing the task with full involvement, and you live in the moment. Your mind and body is fused together as a single entity. Your ego dissolves, and you are completely filled with joy and exhume and everything when you're doing the specific activity. You're living in the moment. Let's say you're reading a book. It's your favorite book. So when you're reading, you don't cautiously see the time flowing, right? So that is the state of flow. The happiest people are not the ones who achieve the most. They are the ones who spend more time than others in the state of flow. So that's what you need. So flow is the state where you are happy, okay? You're not just doing it for the task. You're doing it with involvement, and you experience pure delight and happiness. Multitasking is the contrast to flow. So multitasking is the is the practice of doing multiple tasks at the same time, thinking that you are being productive, but it is the contrary to being productive, as multitasking reduces productivity by 60%. So the quality of whatever you're doing right now is going to get ruined if you're going to multitask. Microflow. So what do you understand from this? You can easily understand what microflow is. So flow is something you are 100% committed to. Microflow is something that you only give a 50%. So you enjoy boring tasks by substituting another action that you enjoy to it. So it doesn't seem so boring anymore. For example, when you're sitting in a boring lecture or anything, when you're sitting there, you start doodling, right, to pass your time. That's microflow. And you enjoy doodling, so that's microflow. And another example can be that when you're cleaning your room, not many of us like cleaning our houses, right? But when you start listening to music, you actually enjoy the music, so you enter into a dimension of microflow. You're not entirely enjoying the process of cleaning your room, but what you're enjoying is that you're enjoying the music. So you're still keeping yourself entertained and also being productive at the same time. So that is microflow. It is very similar to multitasking, which is the practice of doing too many things at the same time. But during multitasking, you're not actually being productive. But during microflow, you're actually being productive and enjoying the task at the same time. So this is a very interesting part. So how to use flow to find your Ikigai. So you can go home, take a piece of paper, just sit after like a while of meditation, sit down and write down the activities that enter you into the dimension of flow. Okay, once you're done with writing number of activities, next ask yourself a question. What do those activities have in common? Like, what is that one thing that holds all those activities in a similar? So, and then ask you another question. Why do they drive you to flow? So why do you think that you attain flow when you're doing such activities? So if you're going to sit down and ponder about all these questions, you can actually maybe find your Ikigai. You can discover it. We all contain our Ikigais within ourselves. Some have found it, some haven't. But if you feel like you haven't found your Ikigai, you can use these methods, these questions to ask yourself and find your Ikigai. Isn't that amazing? Please just go home and please just try this yourself. Moving on to the next concept of resilience. Okay, the name sounds super cool, right? So what is resilience? Like, it's easy to understand. The ability to deal with the negative impacts. So it's the ability to deal with the setbacks, the unfavorable conditions. You're defending yourself, right? So the two main strengths of somebody who's resilient is flexibility and adaptation. So I would like to give you an example of a tree. Let's assume there's a tree and and the region where the tree is present is a very windy region. So the winds blow in a very speedy amount. So the tree is biologically designed in such a way that it's flexible so that it doesn't snap with the amount of pressure of the wind. It is flexible and it goes with the flow according to the wind blows. So the flexibility is the adaptation of the tree, and you can call the tree resilient, right? So resilient people only concentrate on the things that they have control over. Okay, they do not concern about the things that they have no control over. In that way, they reduce stress, and which in turn increases your life expectancy, because when you reduce your stress and when you're more calm and when you're composed and everything, you live longer, right? So that is resilience. Wabi-sabi. So this is the concept of accepting the uncontrollable things of our life. So it is the concept of finding beauty in imperfection. You see beauty through the flaws because nature itself is flawed, right? You can't find anything so perfect. When you look at the clouds, when you look up in the sky and you just see the clouds, no other cloud is similar to the every other cloud. Every single cloud is of its own different form, right? It's not of any definite shape, it doesn't have a definite size, but it's of different and irregular patterns which we find really beautiful, right? So that is exactly the concept of wabi-sabi. Okay, you accept the things that you have no control over and you accept it the way it is and find it beautiful through its flaws. Moving on to the next concept of Ichigo Ichie. It is the teaching of focus in present and enjoy each movement life provides. So it is like the here and now principle, and it teaches the impermanence of things. It teaches us how perishable every single thing is. So you should live in the moment, enjoy the present. Don't be burdened about the past. Don't be worried about the future. Just live in the moment, kill the moment, live for the moment. So that is the concept of Ichigo Ichie. Anti-fragility. So this is also my favorite concept. So what do you identify through the title itself? So anti-fragility. Fragility is to break, right? So when you're being anti-fragile, you are getting better with each setback. So each attack on you, you actually convert it into a potential strength. You convert it into a potential gain. So let's take the example of the game boxing. Okay, so your opponent is coming and punching you. So an anti-fragile person would come back up and punch him even harder. So every time he gets punched, he comes back and punches him harder than before. So at a point, he keeps punching the other person literally passes out, right? So that's the ability of an anti-fragile person. It's the ability to like become better and better every time you fall. So there's this Japanese saying that says, fall 7, rise 8. So that goes really well with this concept. So what is the difference between resilient and anti-fragile? So resilient person, like the example of the game boxing, resilient person absorbs the shock. Like he goes out there and just blocks himself. He'll protect, he'll just defend himself. Okay, he'll just stand there. He'll sustain the amount of strong punches. But an anti-fragile person will spring back up. He'll just give a punch on his face, like he'll come back even more powerful. Every time you fall, you come back even more powerful. You don't just stand there, but you come back powerful and give a and make a comeback, you know. So that is the difference between resilience and anti-fragility. So in simple words, anti-fragility is a gain from a disorder. So finally, coming to the 10 rules of Ikigai to live a long and happy life. So living a long and happy life is important, but what if your life doesn't have any purpose? Okay, so even if your life has a purpose, and if you're not being happy, then there's no point living any further, right? So there's no point of living that long when you're not satisfied by either being happy or either being either having a proper purpose. So what do you do to obtain a long, happy, purposeful life? That is the whole point. So to have a long and happy and purpose-filled life, you must follow these very, very, very simple rules of Ikigai, right? So none of us like to follow rules mostly, but these rules are very simple. You can just incorporate these rules in your daily life, and hey, just wait, you can see the magic happen, right? So the first rule is stay active. Please just stay active. Keep moving. Okay, just keep around, do gentle exercises every now and then. Everything is an exercise, right? And do not ever retire. Do not retire. You know what retirement is, right? When we feel like we're done enough in life, and we feel like we're old enough, so you retire. So only when you put the thought of you yourself being old, you tend to retire. So do not retire. If you don't retire, you don't feel old. So then you can live a longer life. Can you get it? So yeah. The second rule is to take it slow. Okay? Take it slow. Walk slowly. You'll go far. Alright? Leave urgency behind. You have nowhere to go just by running. Okay? Take it slow. Take it one day at a time. Flow with resilience. Alright? Just sit calm. Take it slow. Breathe. You don't have to rush. You don't have to rush. It's not good for you. It gives you stress, right? So the third rule is to not fill your stomach. There's this Japanese concept called the hara hachibu, which means to fill your stomach only until 80%. To find that out, you can, when you're eating, you feel almost full, right? That's when you stop. Just stop. When you feel like you're almost full, stop eating. It's good for you because when you eat more, you try to manifest these obesity related ailments, which can reduce your life expectancy. The fourth rule, surround yourself with good friends. So positive people push you up and negative people will pull you down. So surround yourself with good people, good friends who you can rely on. Sometimes things we don't tell to our parents, we tell our friends, right? So surround yourself with good friends who would help you through your toughest and will like shine you, who will improve the life of yourself. So surround yourself with good friends. The fifth rule is get in shape. So get in shape. Do some decent amount of physical activity every day. Practice yoga. Practice this this technique of sun salutation. In Tamil, we call it the Surya Namaskaram, right? It's very good for you as vitamin D is essential for your body. So doing all these could increase your health and thereby increasing your life. Sixth rule, smile, smile, keep smiling. Face the most unfavorable conditions in your life with a smile. You're gonna win it for sure. Reconnect with nature. Now picturize you're waking up in the morning. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you can hear the birds chirping, and you go out to the window and you like slowly move the blinds and open the window and you can smell the fresh clean air. How good your mood is when you do that. So reconnect with nature. While reconnecting with nature, you are healing yourself. So yes, please just go out there, have morning walks, take your dog out to take your dog out on a walking, or anything is fine. Just open your window while you're drinking coffee. Just breathe clean air. Eighth rule is to give thanks. Show gratitude for every single thing you have. The thing you have, some people don't. Okay, so be thankful for your mother, be thankful for your family, be thankful for your friends. Most importantly, thank God, appreciate nature and everything that makes you you. Right? So the ninth rule is to live in the moment. We just discussed about it. So the principle of Ichigo Ichie. And the final rule, follow your Ikigai. Follow your purpose of the life. Okay, a purposeful life is the key to a long happy life, right? So I can give you an example of the interview post World War. The people who were held hostage in the concentration camps were interviewed and they were asked how they survived such horrible conditions, and all of them said that they had either a purpose, either a goal to achieve, or some responsibility that they had to pursue in the outside world. So they kept themselves alive so that they can get out of that hell and go out in the world and achieve whatever they wanted to pursue their destined tasks. So they kept themselves alive only for the sake of finishing what they had to do. So having a definite, clear ikigai can actually increase your life expectancy, because you have a constant pursuit, because you have a constant chase to fulfill. So you will either way live long, along with having a purpose, ikigai. One can have a proper diet, proper exercise, mindful meditation, good friends, gratitude, and with all that, you can achieve a beautiful long life. I wish you all to achieve a beautiful and long life. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present in front of you. I thank my, I am humbled and grateful for my HOD, Sir Dr. Raghuram P, for allowing me and for encouraging me to participate in this review. And I thank the Bridges team for giving me this platform to review the book, which I really like. And I would like to thank Krupa ma'am for helping me. And I would like to thank my senior, Mr. Anders Spencer, who helped me through the process of this presentation. I would like to thank my classmates. I would like to thank my family and everyone who are in this meeting right now, just sitting patiently with me and listening. So have you gotten the urge to read the book? I hope so. Please do give a read for the book, and thank you so much. So you can ask me any questions if you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Faiza. This is a wonderful, wonderful book review for more than one reason. So one of the reasons is that you are one of our youngest book reviewers so far. Um, I guess you must be 19 or 20, so that's like really young. So a huge congratulations for that. Yeah,
Thank
you
you,
were
sir.
so enthusiastic, so passionate, and that made the book review really, really wonderful experience. And secondly, it's a very beautiful sight to see so many people coming to see the book review. Um, I see that almost the entire department of B.O.T coming here to cheer up for Faiza, to encourage her, to cheer her to do better, to do more book reviews in the future. That's wonderful. Thank you so much to the department of B.O.T for encouraging Faiza and for supporting the Bridges book review. Thank you so much. And now the forum is open for discussion, comments, questions. So if anybody has anything to say, you're welcome to say that.
Uh, I'm Sanjana from B.O.T first year, sir. I actually loved Faiza's presentation and was very pleasant and beautiful. The way she presented was very interesting and inspiring, as each and every theory which she presented was very relatable to our day-to-day lives. As she said, and nowadays we don't live in the moment, rather we chase our own things. So it inspired me to like start to live in the moment, and it also inspired me to find my own ikigai. Can't wait to read this book and make my life a more purposeful one. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjana.
Anybody else has anything to say?
Good afternoon. Congratulations, Faiza. I totally loved the way she presented. It was way too pleasant and it mainly helped me to find my own ikigai. And she made me believe in the concept of Wabi-sabi. And it was truly uplifting. This made me feel even more positive and gave me really positive vibes. At last, it just made me realize the value of purposeful life. Thank you, Faiza.
Thank you, Jayashree.
Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm Abhirami. Great work, Faiza. First of all, the background of your presentation was awesome, and you have a talent for attention to detail, and it shows in your work. The way you reviewed has created a curiosity to read this book. I hope it was created to everyone here who is listening to your presentation. Thanks for creating such a vibe, Faiza.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kamala. Congratulations, Faiza. Your presentation was extraordinary. So, everyone at one point in their life questions the purpose of existence. What is the point of life? This question comes from a mind that feels lost. Everyone has this question. And it overwhelms us. But I guess Ikigai clearly tells us that finding the purpose of life is the key to living a longer and more fulfilled life. This truly inspired me to find my purpose and to throw myself into my passions. And one particular quote from that presentation caught my attention. He who has a why to live can bear almost anyhow. That is very true. All we have to do is figure out the why, and I guess we can get past all of the hows. And I
Exactly.
really loved your Ichigo Ichi-e concept,
Yes.
enjoying each moment of life. That truly is the purpose of life, right? Living in the moment. I really loved your presentation. I will surely give this book a read. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kamala.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself Raghuram from Occupational Therapy, sir. Really, is a great moment for me and for my students and for the Faiza because I'm very happy to share this. That we started with the Department of Occupational Therapy in 2017, but finally we got the status of independent faculty. So at present we are named as Sri Ramachandra Faculty of Occupational Therapy. So under Faculty of Occupational Therapy, first year student, first book review. So that book is very much needed for all the youngsters and everyone, and she presented very well. So really is a great opportunity for my first year student and for us. It's a good teamwork, and I would like to thank the Bridges team and specifically the student council member of occupational therapy Anders and Vijayadashini and all the students. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir, for making time to come for the event. We hope you can see you in other book reviews also, sir, in future.
Sure, sir.
And
Sure, sure.
and kindly encourage other students also to come forward and do book reviews. I see a lot of talented students from your faculty. From the comments they are telling, I think they must be really talented students there. So I hope to see more and more B.O.T students coming forward to do a book review in the future.
Okay, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
So this has turned out to be a memorable book review. One reason
Good
being,
afternoon.
yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Good afternoon, all. It was a wonderful book review by Faiza. Congratulations.
Thank you.
To follow your Ikigai is to follow one's own purpose in life. And you have really inspired us by giving a wonderful book review on Ikigai. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Good
afternoon, all of
afternoon.
you.
Please carry on.
Yeah, ma'am, thank you. The overall presentation was good. The slides were attractive, and you can see the Japanese culture in it. I really like the way she conveyed, and we hope to practice the purposeful life. Thank you, Faiza, and thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, Faiza. I just wanted to congratulate you for your wonderful presentation. Very confident and lively kind of a presentation. And I'm sure this has added to the success of this review. And it is going to be even more successful when all of us practice these techniques and principles in our life. And also one more thing, when you had quoted a few examples that made me even think from the teacher's point of view, you had, for example, I think for the microflow, you had mentioned that why students do, okay, they need for some interlude activities in between to break the monotonous kind of teaching is making me, that is insisted and making me think of how, that is ineffective. Suppose one single thing is concentrated throughout. And I'm sure there are many, many wonderful values and principles equivalent in our society too. But it is agonizing when I think that these are not documented and it is not brought out. Some of these, when you had quoted many of these Japanese principles, of course, it looks like I have listened to it, but probably it is somewhere lost in between. So a time to stand by and revive all these and make everybody's life a long and healthy one. Wish you all good luck, and I also thank the entire BOT team for being here. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your encouraging words.
Faiza, this is Dr. Sheila. Congratulations on that wonderful presentation. I've heard about the book many times. I've always wanted to read it. You were very expressive in your presentation, so that made it wonderful. And Dr. Raghuram sir, we've always heard about your enthusiastic and energetic ways of bringing the department to the next level. And just a request, we also have this one page in bridges for the students, so you can I think including Anders, who's very good in poetry writing, we publish many of his poems, so you can encourage your students to contribute to bridges for the monthly newsletter as well. Any creative talent of theirs like artwork, photography, poems in English and Tamil can be contributed every month, so you can just take up that request from our side too.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Definitely, I will do that.
Okay, so they just have to mail it to srubridges@gmail.com,
Okay,
saying
ma'am. Okay.
whatever contribution. So that also we can publish and bring their all their creative talents to the, we can exhibit their talents.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
they will also
Sure.
get motivated to do more. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you for the opportunity, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of a very memorable book review, made very memorable by Faiza's very enthusiastic presentation, excellent choice of book, and more so because of the wonderful audience who came and made their presence felt. And thank you so much, everybody who has come forward to attend this book review. Thank you so much to Faiza Fatima to choose this book
Thank you,
for
sir.
a wonderful book review. And thank you, Raghuram sir, for bringing the entire department together to attend this event. Um, we are hoping for more book reviews from the faculty of B.O.T. And thanks to my fellow teammates from the Bridges who have been instrumental in making this event possible. Thank you so much. And I thank myself for being a wonderful host. Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you in the 133rd book review next month. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Sure, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Definitely, we will do our best, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Bye. Thank you.